So hello YouTube, how are you? If you're new here, my name's Alexander and this is Our Green Agenda, and yes, we're in Chesington World of Adventures. I'm kidding. Basically, we're in Loch Maddie Play Park right now. I live, now if you look over here, there's like the Lees, those hills are called Lee, there's North Lee and South Lee, and I live, can I see my house from here? No, but basically like behind that little brown house, I can't even see what I'm pointing at, but behind that house, my house is just there, and this, oh look, a raven, and this is basically the play park, because every area has a play park. There's one in Beckula, there's one in South, and this is the one here. And this place, let me just turn the camera around so you can understand. This place needs a lot of work. Kids can still have fun in here, they can still play, but this, like for example, this this seesaw is like, it's just mad. It's got like ill intentions. Look at this spring, and if you ever get your fingers caught in here, ooh. But anyways, the swing still works. You've got a nice bin, it's trapped here, but there's just basically a lot of, let me just go deep. Let me talk about these plants more, let's go a bit deep. So let me turn around quickly. So the reason why I'm here, the reason why I'm helping out here, because Susie and Cedar the other day helped out their friend. His friend just lived up the road, nice little family, and they were saying they're gonna do some litter picking. And I was a bit like, I've done enough of that in my life. I thought, nah. But then they said they were cutting down some shrubs, and my brain was just like, ding, 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 ding. And I thought, freebies. I love a freebie. Like, I mean, obviously I can buy all these plants, but why not when they got these native stuff here? Like, yes, they're not native to the area, but they've been here for how many years? They've been tested in all the weathers. Makes sense to kind of come here and get some freebie, especially from this plant here. If you recognise it, it's sea buckthorn. One of the most nutritious berries it produces here is thorny. I think the reason why they put it around the play park, because they know the deer ain't gonna ramp with it, or the sheep. So that's one of the reasons why. But look how far it encroached. It encroached like up to the back of this. So you'd be on this horse here, just getting pricked. It's just like some weird kind of pain and pleasure. That's a play park, man, calm down. And look at all the rubbish, look, let me show you the rubbish. Oh, the sun's coming out, lovely. But look, this is what they did, yeah, was it yesterday? There was a group of them, so they made a big old dent. So there's olearia in there, there's willow, there's berberis, there's all sorts, but we can go to depth, in great depth in a sec. But I'm gonna take a lot of these cuttings here and bring them back to the croft and then see if I can make my magic. But you can see down here, there's sea buckthorn coming out here this side, and basically you can see why it's tried, but you can see where it's gonna come across. It's crept, because these are the root stock. You can see, you can feel it. I can feel all the roots under my feet. And obviously this is where the kids run. So obviously that it's just too much erosion. It's a bit like a stampede every so often when the kids play football, and that's why it's trying to grow, but it can't. So it kind of encroached on the other side. But that's what plants want to do. It's just kind of divide and conquer. And this plant has done that so well. And it's a nitrogen fixer too, people. Let's not forget that. And it's very coastal, can take the harsh winds. Look at it, it doesn't look that battered at all. I know it's spring now, so it's coming into new growth. But compared to a lot of the plants, it doesn't look disheveled at all. So it's one of those things. So I'm gonna get my metal spike and I'm gonna start digging these ones up. And the joys, let me just turn my camera around. Yeah, the joys of kind of doing these kind of jobs, these hack and slash jobs, is that you don't have to be, you know what I mean? Like, I find it's a lot easier to kind of destroy something than it is to make it look pretty. And I know I said I'm not going to be gardening for anyone anymore, but the fact that this is a bigger cause than that, this is better. I'm not getting paid for this either. So it's like I'm gaining something from it. I'm getting all the plants. I'm getting fit at the same time. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I know deep down, as a kid, I had a play park down the road, and I love playing at the play park. It's so fun. It's just a great place. I'm only child, me. So to go to a play park and have a play around with other kids, you learn interactions and stuff, playing hide and don't touch the floor. The floor is lava. Like, it's just one of those fun things you can do. And not everyone here is a croft in a big space that we have. Like, we got the option. We got our little kind of garden, but it's basically filled with, the grass isn't cut, so it's going to be filled with ticks. We don't let Cedar out in there. We don't even set foot in there unless it's winter time. But then we've got the croft we can play, and he's in his element, and he's got a whole flipping 10 acres to ramp and roam around. Whereas here, like some kids that they don't have that much space, they might have I'm sure there's people who don't have gardens. So this is like an ideal space for kids to come around and play and do what they need to do and have fun. So to me, it's kind of a great project, because in London, like, they've closed down a lot of play parks and a lot of after school places. I don't want to go too deep into this to explain it myself, but yeah, play is good. I know when you become adults, the responsibilities can get in the way, but play is what people should be doing for their whole flipping life. But it's very big on kids, because some kids tend to grow up too quick these days. They grow up too quick. Like, they need to lock on. I think there needs to be some parental blocks, like with some of these sites that kids have and all that, because I don't know there's such things. But so that's one of my reasons. Like, it'll keep me fit. I'm helping out the kids. I'm getting loads of cuttings from it, and I'm learning what grows here, and I'm finding hidden gems, because I've already I didn't realise dogwood grew so well here, and I've got some at the croft. Chickens are decimating it, but like, yeah, it's all a learning curve. So let's dive roll. Let's get deep. Let's have a look at the plants that we've got going on in here. So as you walk in, you look to the right hand side. I'm not sure which is what. I think south is that way. I think east is that way. South is, where's south? I think south's over there, and east is over there. Yeah, south is over here. But then southwest is where most of the prevailing winds come from. So you can see where things just look a bit battered and bedraggled and blowing this way. You can see the whole skim off the top of some of these plants here. So Elaeagnus, I know I said it's a nitrogen fixer and it can take these conditions, but it needs a bit more TLC. I think you need like a barrier beforehand for it to shine, because to me this looks awful. Like, I know it's kind of like it's taking it's like the full front of the actual wind, because like there's nothing there pretty much. It just comes over and then just bang hits this. So it just looks a bit like, I don't know, you need, so like these bits here, they look worn, torn, but if it had a bit more TLC, maybe it would kind of look different. But yeah, loads of stinging nettles, a bit of dock down here, bramble popping up all over the place. Again, we've got brachioglottis. Brachioglottis is great because it's basically one of those plants that the council will plant on the mainland. Like, it can take like death, conditions, neglect. Brachioglottis or Senecio, change the name, lovely yellow flower, and it's good for just easy kind of low maintenance gardens. And same with Elaeagnus too, low maintenance, but again, you can toporize it, but again, it does need the odd bit of TLC to keep in check. This at the back here, I think this is a different type of Olearia. I've seen it, it's in there. I had a look when I was playing with the rubbish, as you do. Let me just show you the tip of it, because I'm not getting too close. Here it is. I think it is a type of Olearia. One I'm not yet to kind of, I think it's the one that I've seen on the mainland. This is it here. So it's not Traversii, definitely not a Macrodonta, not Dartonii, so it's a type of it. I need to Google it to find that out. If anyone knows, put it in the description, if I've not yet put it in the description myself. In the comments, sorry. So, to come back to the garden, please excuse the wind, it is one a gusty day today. And over here, just that example I was telling you about, remember I said Elaeagnus, I think might be grafted onto autumn olive, or in some cases, but look, this is a totally separate plant. This is autumn olive. Look at the flowers in it. Let me smell it. Can you smell them? Which has smell-o-vision. Oh mate, it smells lovely. Not strong, but yeah, this is the one that kind of tends to kind of have the bees going crazy for it, but it's not really buzzing right now because it's a bit too windy. As much as it's nice, I don't want to go out in this if I was a bee. So I'm sure they're just kind of bunkering down and chilling out until the nice weather comes, because believe it or not, yesterday was beautiful. So just the generic stuff. Stinging nettle, Elaeagnus, dandelions, brachioglottis, grass, a bit of hogweed. That's not what you want near a play park, and that's pretty much it. And a bit of willow. Oh, and I almost forgot. Oh, there's people over there. People tell me it's touristy time. But over here we got berberis, and I think it's not Farbungii or some rubbish. I can't remember the Latin name or the second name of this berberis, but prickly nonetheless. And I feel like it's a bit sacrilege to kind of prune something or take it away when it's about to flower. So it will flower like this, and then have the berries. It will turn into berries like this almost. It almost looks like Behonia, basically. So what I'm going to do is I will leave this, because this is the most important thing, because they're going to turn this bit, get rid of this fence, and then turn this section into a path, basically. So, and plus I can get this, take these back and kind of make babies from these sea buckthorns. And there's another berberis just here, looking pretty. But again, I'm not really too fan of prickly stuff, but it does serve its purpose. But maybe, well, it's good to know that this kind of grows here and nothing will eat it because it is prickly. So perhaps on the croft I could potentially put this in a spot where I know I don't have to deal with it so often, and it can kind of create nice habitat, because as much as it's good for the bees, it's good for the birds too, because look at that thatchiness in there. Like, I wouldn't mind to be making a house in there if I was a bird. So another good reason to have berberis, and you can toporize this too. So there you go. So what I'm going to do, this is the beginning of the vlog. So I'm actually I'll come back tomorrow. I'm not going to start it today. Today's Sunday, guys. I'm chilling. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to come back tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be awful. When I say awful, the weather is nasty. Wind and wet, but that's the perfect time. I quite like that, because I'm a bit dirty and dank anyway. It makes sense to do it when it's going to be dirty and dank weather-wise. And plus, the ground would be nice and soft, so I'll be able to take the plants out a lot more easy. And it'd be nice to get stuck in. I can wear my yellow rain mac and you will see me crack on. So we'll chuck some music, just put some music on now and let's get to work.